In this video, we will walk through the steps to safely service your Clean and Clear Plus filter from Pentair. This information can also be found in the installation and user's guide or on the side of the filter on the warning labels. If you have any questions or concerns after watching this video, please contact a pool professional. Now, let's talk about pool safety.
Trapped air can present a serious safety hazard in your pool filter. If the trapped air is not released, it will compress and build pressure on the filter lid, potentially resulting in a violent separation of the lid from the base. If you are standing near the filter when that happens, you could be seriously injured or killed. Your Clean and Clear Plus filter incorporates important safety features that can prevent this from happening. In this video, we will go over the simple steps needed to safely clean and restart your filter. How do you know when it's time to clean your filter? If the pressure gauge shows that the system is running approximately 10 psi higher than its starting pressure, the filter is starting to get clogged and needs to be cleaned. You can reference the Clean Filter arrow on the bezel of the pressure gauge. When the needle is at or near the Clean Filter arrow, it's time to clean your filter. After cleaning, make sure to turn the bezel so that the start arrow lines up with the needle on the pressure gauge. That way, the bezel will be set to indicate the next time your filter needs to be changed. The tools you will need are a ratchet, wrench, a 7/8" socket, and a dead blow hammer. Plan to set aside at least 30 minutes to complete the process of disassembling, cleaning, reassembling, and restarting your filter. Make sure you use a 7/8" socket. An adjustable wrench or pliers can damage the nut and make it unsafe to use. Before getting started, it's important to put the automation system into service mode so that the system doesn't unexpectedly start when you're not ready. If your system doesn't have automation, you can skip this step. Next, make sure to shut off power to all pool features at the breakers in your control panel. This is an important safety step because you don't want anything to come on until you have completed your work and are ready to restart the system. After shutting off the power at the control panel, open the high-flow manual air relief valve on top of the filter by turning it a quarter turn counterclockwise until it is in the full open position. This will release the vacuum in the system and allow you to remove the filter lid from the base. Open the drain plug on the bottom of the filter and allow all water to drain from the bottom of the tank. Next, take your 7/8" socket wrench and loosen the barrel nut at the end of the band clamp. Once you have removed the nut, spring, and washers from the end of the T-bolt, you may remove the clamp from around the filter. Once you have removed the nut, spring, washers, and clamp assembly from the filter, set them down on a clean surface where you won't lose them. If your pool pad is in a wooded or landscaped area, we recommend using a tarp. Make sure the pressure gauge on the lid reads 0. Then, carefully grab the filter lid by the sides and lift it up and over the cartridges. Set the lid down in a clean area. Do not use the high-flow manual air relief valve as a handle when removing the lid. This could break it or lead to premature failure. Also, do not use a screwdriver or pry bar to lift the lid, as this could damage the O-ring. Remove the O-ring and place it in a clean area. Try to minimize contact with debris. This will make it easier to reinstall and prolong its life. Remove the compression spring and spring adapter by twisting and pulling up. Next, remove the screen covering the internal air bleed tube. Separate the top manifold from the filter's cartridges. Then, carefully remove each cartridge. Now it's time to clean the cartridges. Use a garden hose with a spray attachment and spray out the cartridges on a clean, hard surface. Rotate the cartridge as you go. Hold the hose at a downward 45-degree angle, wash top to bottom, and make sure to spray between the pleats. It is a good idea to occasionally soak your cartridges for at least an hour in a cleaning solution to get rid of suntan lotion and other oils. We recommend a commercial filter cleaner, or 1 cup trisodium phosphate to 5 gallons of water, or 1 cup of dish detergent to 5 gallons of water. Make sure to rinse with the hose afterwards. Before reinserting the clean cartridges, spray out the bottom manifold and tank bottom to make sure they're free of debris. The screen cover for the internal air bleed tube can get clogged with debris. Remove the screen cover and spray off the debris. Reinstall clean cartridges. Make sure they are fully seated on the bottom manifold. Put the screen cap back on the air bleed tube. Reinstall the top manifold and make sure it seats firmly in the tops of the cartridges. Then, reinsert the top adapter and spring with a clockwise screwing motion. Clean the O-ring before reinstalling it. Make sure the lip of the tank is clean. Then, reinstall the O-ring, making sure it is seated around the circumference of the filter base. Lift the lid over the cartridges and set it on the O-ring. Rotate the lid until the safety warning label is facing front. Then, push down and seat the lid onto the O-ring. The band clamp is an important safety feature of the filter. Make sure to read the instructions on the clamp before you reinstall it. Place the band clamp where the two halves of the filter meet and insert the bolt into the sleeve. Now it's time to reinstall the tightening mechanism. Take the barrel nut, spring, and washers and assemble them in the order shown here. Next, thread the barrel nut assembly onto the bolt until hand tight. Make sure the clamp is staying on the tank flanges as you tighten. Take the 7/8 socket wrench and further tighten the barrel nut. After several turns, stop tightening and tap around the clamp with the dead blow mallet. This will release tension around the clamp and allow you to get it properly tightened. Repeat the process as you tighten the nut. The spring and washers may squeak as you tighten. That is expected and okay. It's critical to tighten the nut until the spring coils touch. Notice here that the spring coils are not touching and more tightening is required. If you're not sure whether the coils are tight enough, take a card and try to pass it between the coils. The card should not be able to pass through. Do not tighten further after the coils are touching. Now, screw the tank plug back into the bottom of the filter. Hand tighten only. It is critically important to open the manual air relief valve before restoring power to the system. This will evacuate the air in the filter and prevent a dangerous buildup of trapped air. Turn the air relief valve a quarter turn counterclockwise to the full open position. Make sure that the valve outlet is directed away from electrical connections to avoid a potential electrocution hazard. Turn the breakers back to the on position at the control panel. Turn off service mode and start the pump. Make sure you are a safe distance away from the filter when you start the pump. When a steady stream of water is flowing from the air relief valve as seen here, that means the trapped air has been evacuated and that it is safe to close the valve. Close the valve. The system has been successfully restarted and is ready to use. Here are some things to watch out for. The system is not working properly if a solid stream of water does not appear within 30 seconds, or if water leaks from the two halves of the filter. If any of these conditions exist, shut off the pump immediately. Do not attempt to tighten the clamp assembly to stop the leak while the pump is on. Always turn off the power to the system. Open the manual air relief valve to relieve all of the pressure. Stand clear of the filter and wait until all pressure is relieved. Then, restart the process of tightening the clamp assembly.
Please remember to follow the steps in this video to safely service your Clean & Clear Plus filter. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact a pool professional, visit Pentair.com, or call Pentair Technical Support. Thank you.